Right, so I'm here with, I suppose F1 driver now, really, Will Stevens. So, Will, of course, you raced with Caterham at the back end of 2014. So how did that drive come about for you then?
Yeah, obviously I've had a relationship with them for about a year and a half before that when I joined their young driver programme and worked pretty close with them through the first part of 2014 season. So we were doing feedback sessions in the simulator for them for most of the early part of the F1 season. So I know the guys there really well, and we knew when the opportunity would come up for racing, if there was one, then we'd be in contention to get it. So obviously I switched to Marussia for a little bit during the year, as at that time was my best opportunity to get some mileage in an F1 car. But when an opportunity comes up like that, you need to take it with both hands and give it your best.
Sure, right, okay. Now, how would you review your one and only Grand Prix so far? How did you think it went?
No, it was good. I needed to prove that I was ready for F1, and first of all, you don't want to make any big mistakes, as that is something which you can do and make yourself look silly. So I needed to start off slowly and build up. You get quite a lot of running before quali. We missed a little bit of FP1 because there was a small issue with the car initially, but apart from that there was no reliability issues at all. So I got plenty of running. Then come quali, I knew that's where we needed to be close to Kamui, and we were, and we could have been a lot closer. I was on a really good lap and made a small mistake at the end of the lap. So pace-wise, we were right there. Then moving on into the race is where for me was hard, learning how to use the tyres, and obviously with the Pirelli tyres being new to it, it's difficult originally to get used to them. So we need to get used to that, and every stim what came along every lap, I was learning how much you needed to push and where you need to go. So I think it was a big learning curve. But overall, I thought the weekend went well. It served its purpose, and I think it's put us in a good position for 2015.
Right, okay. And of course, you're only 3 tenths behind Ericsson in qualifying. I mean, that's testament to your pace for the first time in that car for full running for the season. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, when you get the opportunity, we know we're ready to take it, and you've got to have confidence to push the car, but at the same token, not make any mistakes. So I felt I balanced that out pretty well, and overall, I was happy with how the weekend went.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it was difficult given the circumstances of the team being there, of course, the crowdfunding exercise and the like. Do you think anything changed from the team from when you were with them from the early part of the season?
No, obviously because I knew everyone was there, they had to reshuffle a few people around, but fundamentally the guys who were there have been there the whole year. So in terms of the team who went to Abu Dhabi, it's a very similar layout to what they've been using all year. So the team did a mega job, and I need to thank them a lot for the opportunity, and even for them to get there for that race meeting is a huge testament to their commitment and their desire to be on the F1 grid. And that's why I look into 2015, I think they want to be there. It's just a timing thing, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you want to be in F1 in 2015 as well, with Caterham, I presume. So what do you think realistically is the likelihood of that happening?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment there's 18 seats, and obviously they're all taken. So I need one or even 2 teams to come along. For sure, Marussia and Caterham are pushing to do it again next year. But it's a timing thing, and they need to know what's happening and for their longevity of the future. So it's a difficult situation because obviously time's ticking, but there's still time to get there. Obviously they're going to start off with a 2014 car if they do arrive. So in terms of to get the cars ready, they can do that in a fairly short space of time. So there's still a few weeks left for them to get everything in place, and I know they're pushing to make it happen. So yeah, it's just a timing thing, and I've just got to wait and hope that it does happen.
Okay, and do you think it's difficult for the smaller teams of Formula One to compete nowadays, given it's such a cost-worthy environment?
Yeah, I mean, I think the smaller teams do a really good job for the budget they have. If you can compare it to the teams who are even mid-pack or the teams at the front, I mean, it's hard to compete when you've got a quarter of the budget pretty much. So I mean, for me, the way they run the teams is very professional, and it's similar to the way the top guys run it. And it's just a resourcing and a people game, and if they could have the money to spend, I'm sure they can move up the field. So for me, they do a great job with what they've got.
Brilliant. Well, best of luck with 2015. I hope it goes well, and hope to see you on the Formula One grid.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.